Hi there, it's David Lee for the James Bond Dossier here, and today I just wanted to talk briefly about the report from Forbes that MGM and Amazon have held exploratory talks. The article was published at the end of January. It said that the CEO of Anchorage Capital Group, which is a New York hedge fund and the largest shareholder in MGM, he was hoping for $10 billion, but that hope is fading, although I'm not sure that they really explained why that is the case. Basically, after No Time to Die was postponed in October, Anchorage came under pressure from shareholders to sell MGM because they have held their stake in MGM for about a decade. Hedge funds usually don't hold on to anything for that long. They're looking for a much faster turnaround in investment. And, if MGM isn't going to put out the film that is its biggest revenue generator, then the shareholders in Anchorage they're not very impressed by that, I suppose. MGM did try to sell the streaming rights, exclusive streaming rights to No Time to Die for a year. They were asking $650 million for it, which the streaming services weren't that impressed by. So that was a no-go. Now it looks like, well, just before Christmas we heard that MGM had appointed advisors for a sale. It was Morgan Stanley was one of the advisors. I don't remember who the other one was. So it did look like they were getting their ducks in a row to actually put it up for a sale. It was almost sold back in 2016, I think it was, to a Chinese company, which was then torpedoed by the Chinese government, who didn't want Chinese investors to buy Western assets. So that didn't work out. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Who knows, really? Exploratory talks. They may go somewhere. They may not. The $10 billion is a lot. Although I've got to say that there's an LA-based investment banker who says that if the streaming services got into a bidding war, then perhaps MGM is worth $9 billion. Of course, that's MGM has a huge library of films, including the Bond films, that would be pretty valuable to streaming services who rely upon their own content and third-party content to stream. They need content. God, they need films. It's terrible calling it content. And the senior vice president of Amazon Prime Video and Amazon Studio is supposed to have been talking to them. So sounds fairly high level, sounds pretty serious, but MGM has kind of been on sale for years, since it emerged from bankruptcy in, I think it was 2010. I'll have to remind myself of that. But it's just been off and on for years. It hasn't been stable for decades, which has caused problems for EON before. So the MGM trying to sell the exclusive streaming rights last year, that move was made without the knowledge of EON Productions. Barbara Broccoli was said to be furious when she found out. Whether EON can actually prevent MGM from selling streaming rights, I don't know. I have no idea. That depends on whatever contract they have between them. But I understand why MGM might want to just sell streaming rights to No Time to Die. I also understand why the producers want the film to only be released on the big screen, or at least for its first release to be on the big screen. That's what it was designed for. Everything they imagined for it would have been with the idea of putting it up on the big screen and IMAX and so on. So kind of conflicting points of view. The producers, I guess, believe in their art. The MGM want a return on investment, and so do shareholders. So there are a bit of competing interests. I don't really know how those will resolve. I don't know. Maybe it'll end up in court. So if somebody else buys MGM, I do not know what would happen with Eon's plans. I don't know if they would be able to force them to put it onto streaming. I don't know if Eon would be able to prevent it. As I said, without going to court. Going to court might be a bit risky because it may delay the film. So I don't know. But then, when's the end of the pandemic going to be? We have some vaccines which are being rolled out pretty slowly where I am in Europe. They're talking at the current rate of vaccination. It's going to take 3 years to reach 70% of the population for which they are aiming. And, I'm sure that I'm sure that they'll get their act together sooner or later and start vaccinating. It's partly infrastructure, it's partly vaccine supply. So, once they get those sorted out, it should start to speed up. But, we're getting variants which seem to be vaccine resistant. They seem to be easier to spread. So that's always been a danger, and I have warned about that before, but that might mean that the end of the pandemic is not as close as we were hoping, even, say, a month ago. The other thing is, we don't know how confident cinema goers will be. Will people be happy to go back to the cinema? Will it take 3 months? Will it take a month? Will it take a year? Nobody knows. We don't know how many cinemas will be open either. And, there are, Cineworld and AMC have got additional funding and additional debt to keep them going for the foreseeable future. But if they're going to be closed for, months more, they're going to have to raise even further investment or issue further debt, and it becomes unsustainable. They have to open up, and they have to have customers. It's economics. That's how you run a business. And cinema, as much as it is art, it is also about business too. So I've got no idea what position the smaller operators are in. I don't know whether it's better or not. So it's God. We're at the beginning of February, and this time last year we were just counting down the days before the premiere of No Time to Die. But really, we don't know when it's going to come out still, and can't see clearly what's going to happen with the MGM. Can't see what's going to happen with the release of No Time to Die. So it's hold your breath and count to more than 10, I think. Okay, it'll get resolved at some stage, hopefully sooner rather than later. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment or shoot me an email or whatever. Oh, and don't forget to sign up wherever the sign up is. Thanks for watching. Bye.